Tell me where you've heard this before. An intricate, beautiful, detailed dial from a Japanese watchmaker. I bet you're not thinking Casio. Welcome back to the channel for Right Time Watches here in Denver, Colorado. The watches we're looking at today are a really fantastic new series that just came into our shop from Casio G-Shock. The watches have a very similar look to them, but are all different case shapes and models, but they all share one thing, a beautiful blue Paisley dial. Before we dig into the details though, we'll invite you to subscribe to our channel so you catch all of our upcoming videos on watches like this one. At this point, Casio G-Shock is very well known for producing extremely tough and durable wristwatches. And in recent years and months, we've seen very interesting color configurations and dial designs. I love this new blue Paisley. I think it's a very great departure from a typical flat Casio dial, and it looks great in contrast with the black resin case and strap. I like that Casio put this cool dial on 3 of their most affordable watches, with each of these models being $99 US. The first and largest of the 3 different model offerings with this Paisley dial is this model right here. This one's got a little bit over a 51mm case, and obviously packed with functionality and durability like you'd expect from a G-Shock. A few quick highlights include 200 meters of water resistance, a 24-hour countdown timer, and a 1/1000th of a second stopwatch. As you can see here on my 8-inch wrist, this bad boy looks right at home. If you've got a smaller wrist, this one might not be the model for you, but that's okay because we've got other options. This model is a little over 50mm too, but we get a slightly more legible Ana Digi dial, meaning we've got a standard hour and minute hand as well as a digital readout underneath. My 2 favorite highlights on this watch are the world time function and the LED backlight for the digital display. This one wears fairly large as well, as you can see here on my 8-inch wrist. I think this one might be a little bit thicker than the previous model. If it's smaller you're after though, the Casioak is the one you'll want to pursue. At this point most of us are familiar with the Casioak model, and I really like the octagonal shape as well as the pointer day over on the left side of the case. This one is quite a bit smaller and much more slender, making this considerably more wearable for those with smaller wrists. All 3 have a similar black resin strap with a silver steel buckle on the underside. As you can see, this one wears quite a bit smaller than the others. At 45mm it's still significant, but definitely more wearable for those with a smaller wrist. And of course, it's light as can be. Of course, each of these is a true G-Shock and will definitely be able to withstand any kind of beating you might put on it. On this model, we do have decent luminous hands, which is very helpful in nighttime viewing, but if that's not quite enough for you and you like to have a good readout of the digital display, we of course have that LED backlight, which is very strong and does its job. It does wear down the battery a bit faster, but definitely worth it. I think these watches are super cool. It's always fun to have something a little bit more lighthearted, but still able to do its job, and I think these Paisley dial Casio G-Shocks do that extremely well. I know the world of G-Shock can get pretty crazy, and I'm not quite as well versed in this area as many others might be, but I do know a fun and exciting watch when I see one, and that's what I think these are. Depending on your wrist, you can choose any one of these and make a great addition to your own collection. And the reality is, in this watch collecting hobby, for $100, why not add something like this? These watches are every bit a G-Shock, but they come with such a fun and interesting dial, and I think that's a great way to mix up a watch collection. If you'd like to purchase one of these watches or any of our others, please visit us online at righttime.com or give us a call. We're always happy to help. As always, thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll see you next time at Right Time.